Yeah, that'd be good. I'd like to thank everybody for coming here today to listen to my speech. As Halloween slowly approaches, our little pirates, princesses, and superheroes will soon be anticipating carving pumpkins, trick-or-treating, and eating gobs of candy. Halloween can be a fun and exciting time for both young and the young at heart. But did you know that October 31st is also one of the most dangerous nights of the year for children? That is why I'd like to discuss a few safety tips on how to keep our children safe this Halloween. According to the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, burns, falls, and pedestrian injuries increase 4 times among children on this foolish holiday. With this in mind, let me start by saying Halloween safety must start at home. If we learn how to carve carefully, choose costumes wisely, and follow a few pedestrian safety rules while trick-or-treating, we can avoid an impromptu visit to the emergency room. Let's start by discussing the art of pumpkin carving. For older children, consider investing in pumpkin carvers, much like these. With adult supervision, your child can carve his or her own pumpkin. For younger children, give your little Picasso a paintbrush and let them paint a spooky or silly face on their own pumpkin. Or you can give them a washable marker. They can then draw their face and leave the carving up to an adult. Just remember to place a candlelit pumpkin on a hard, sturdy surface and avoid curtains or other flammable objects. And never leave a candlelit jack-o'-lantern unattended. Now that we covered carving safety, let's move on to the clever costumes of Beggars Night. According to the Los Angeles Fire Department, when shopping for costumes, wigs, and other accessories, you should only purchase those with a label that's marked flame resistant. To help prevent contact with flames and entanglement, make sure that the costumes fit snugly and make sure they're short enough to where you can prevent tripping. They also suggest reviewing the principle of stop, drop, and roll. When choosing a costume, keep in mind the brighter the better. For greater visibility during dusk or dark, the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission suggests that you put reflective tape around the trim of the costumes. That will allow the headlights for cars to be able to see the children. Speaking of visibility, rather than adorning your little monster with a loose-fitting mask, try giving them a natural makeup, and that'll help also with the breathing. The children can breathe freely. And also, it's easy to take it off with cold cream. Just a little bit of cold cream will make it come right off. Now that we covered how to safely customize jack-o'-lanterns and costumes, I would like to use the remainder of this presentation to discuss a few common sense ways to take safety to the street while trick-or-treating. To prevent falls, adults and children should carry flashlights or battery-powered lanterns. To avoid hidden hazards of yard gnomes and pink flamingos, you should remind your trick-or-treaters not to cut across yards and to remain on sidewalks. And please make sure they walk and do not run. The last category of safety is a reminder to always follow pedestrian and traffic rules. Make sure your tricksters look left, right, and left again before they cross the road. Also teach them never to dart out into a street or cross a road between two parked cars. I'm going to wrap up this presentation by saying that there is nothing spooky about Halloween safety. And if we incorporate these tips on carving, costume choice, and remember to follow the few pedestrian safety rules, we can protect our ghosts and goblins, and everybody can enjoy this frightfully fun night. I want to thank everybody for coming and let me share my Halloween safety tips with you.